Okay, so you're looking at buying your very first mask. Whether it's for snorkeling or scuba diving, it can be a little bit intimidating because you don't know what to go for. So we're going to create a quick video just to make your life a little bit easier on how to choose your first mask. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the anatomy of a mask and then look at the different types of masks that you can go for. There are definitely some that are specialized for different types of diving, but there's no real difference between a snorkeling mask and a diving mask. It's the same thing, different quality materials. So we're just going to take a look at the anatomy of a mask. I'm going to start off with a SIAC 1 mask. This is what we call a twins lens design. So it's got two lenses on it and it's separated in the center just above your nose. Now we have a frame going all around that. Your frame is going to hold everything together. It holds the skirt, which is this soft silicone material that seals against your face, holds that onto your lenses. Your lenses for snorkeling and scuba diving, you want to make sure that they're tempered glass lenses. All of the masks that we have here at Simply Scuba are tempered glass. And then the frame will also hold onto your mask strap. So the mask strap will have a buckle on either side that you can adjust to make it a little bit tighter or adjust it to make it a little bit looser. And then a strap that goes around behind your head. Now they will cover up your nose. That's got a couple of reasons. One, so that water doesn't go up your nose, and two, so that when you're scuba diving, you can still pinch your nose and equalize as you descend, so you can equalize your ears. So now we're going to take a quick look at different types of masks and how they differentiate between sort of specialized masks. Okay, so as I said earlier, you can use any of these masks except for the large snorkeling full face mask. You can use these all for snorkeling and scuba diving, but they do specialize in some different areas. The Mars Viper, for example, this is a apnea freediving mask. So it's much lower volume, so the internal volume, the amount of airspace inside of the mask when you put it on, is a lot lower compared to a lot of other masks. This gives it a more aggressive design, but it also means that you can free dive with it a bit easier. You're not going to have to equalize the mask quite as much as you're going down. So that's a bit more specialized, but you can use it for scuba diving, you can use it for snorkeling, but it's a bit more specialized for free diving. Then of course we're going to move to the other end of the scale. So this is a full face snorkel. So this combines your snorkel with a mask, and it's a full face mask. So instead of just covering your eyes and your nose, it's going to cover your chin, your mouth as well. So how this works is you have a large airspace over your mouth. You've got a large seal all the way around your face. This is going to keep the water out and keep that air inside. You have a built-in snorkel into the top of that, so that when you breathe in, air is going to come in through the snorkel, down across your mask. That's going to prevent fogging up, which I'll talk about in a second, and then into your nose or mouth. Very nice because you can breathe through your nose or your mouth, unlike traditional masks, but they do have a very large airspace around your face, so trying to duck dive and swim under the water will be a little bit tricky because this will always want to float back up to the surface. They're nice and comfortable and they keep any water well away from your nose and mouth, so definite must if you're not a fan of water around your nose and mouth. Of course, not everybody has the same shape or size face, so different manufacturers come up with different types of mask for different types of diver. So Tusha have come up with the Tina mask. So this is more designed for female divers, for women. It's a little bit smaller, so it's more designed to fit a female face, and that definitely happens with the Freedom technology in the skirt. So little dimples all over it just means it's going to change the shape of the mask, so it's more likely to fit a female face instead of a male face. They tend to be a little bit smaller as well. That just makes it sort of fit your face and look more normal whilst you're in the water. And just like the Tina mask before, you can also get single lens masks. So instead of having two twin lenses separated in the middle, you can get a single lens mask. Single lens just allows a little bit more light to come in, and you don't have any kind of framework just in front of your nose. This can mean that if you have a slightly larger nose, they can be more comfortable because it won't be touching you anywhere near there. The single lens, as I said, lets a lot of light in, but what lets even more light in is side windows. So some masks have windows on the side, so instead of the frame just continuing around and blocking off any kind of light, you can get side windows. So these allow you to widen your field of vision, allow you to see what's coming up beside you, and just see the entire reef for its magnificence. Another thing to note on this mask is that you have a black skirt on this. So instead of a clear skirt, you can get different coloured skirts. So the skirt doesn't mean very much, but what you can get is a clear skirt will allow a lot more light to come in, so you get a more open feel whilst you're in the water. But a black skirt can focus your vision. So if you want to focus on a specific thing, if you're a photographer, for example, a black skirt can make a real world of difference. Some masks, as you go up through the price range, can start to have different coatings to the lens. So you can get traditional lenses, very basic glass, that does have some impurities in it. So then as you move up through the range, you start to see more ultra clear lenses. They have fewer impurities, and some even have coatings on the outside and even on the inside of the lens. This one, for example, has a reflective mirror coating. So this reduces a lot of glare, especially when you're on the surface. So these are great for snorkeling in very bright conditions, so that sunlight isn't going to sort of make it all the way through the lens. It's going to cut out a lot of harmful UV rays, and they act a lot like sunglasses. And finally, as you move up through the price range, you get different materials. So you tend to get softer silicone skirts. This one, for example, has a very soft and pliable skirt. So that means it's going to seal very effectively around your face. You get higher quality glass, as I said earlier, and just overall higher quality materials that make it much more comfortable, allow more light to come in, and just make your overall diving experience much better. Okay, so if you grab your brand new dive mask, take it straight out of the box and go scuba diving with it, or even snorkeling, it will fog up. So I mentioned fogging up earlier, and that's where moisture will condense in the inside of the lens and will fog it up so you won't be able to see. Very simple to fix, you just flood it with water and then get rid of that water, but you can help prevent fogging up as soon as you get your brand new mask. First thing to do is to get some mask preparation treatment, put that on the inside of the lens, something like sea buff, and that will just prepare the lens and stop water from forming on the inside. So you've got to do that a few times just to make it as effective as possible. But then when you first jump into the water, you're going to want to put some defog gel on the inside, give it a wash, and then you're ready to go. There is no mask that's immune from fogging up, it's just something that we always have to deal with. Okay, so which mask should you go for? This very much depends on your budget and how much you want to spend on a mask. As I said earlier, the more you spend on a mask, the higher quality materials you get, the nicer silicone skirts and the better glass you tend to get. But there's no real difference between a snorkeling mask and a scuba diving mask. So that was a quick look at different types of masks. But let us know in the comments which mask you use to help others make a decision. Thanks for watching and safe diving.